Time isn't what you think, and your brain, it's constantly lying to you about it. You think you understand the ticking of the clock, but what if time is an illusion crafted by your mind? Welcome to MindVerse, where we explore the depths of consciousness, psychology, and the mysteries of the universe. Today's episode will challenge your understanding of time itself. We're diving into the hidden psychology of time, why it feels fast, slow, and sometimes even frozen. From mind-bending illusions to Einstein's relativity, from memory distortion to time loops in consciousness, we're peeling back the layers of what time really is. So stay with us, because by the end of this video, you may never look at a clock the same way again. Time feels different depending on where you are, what you're doing, and how you feel. Psychologists call this temporal perception, our brain's subjective experience of time. Ever noticed how time flies when you're having fun? Or how it drags when you're bored or anxious? That's no accident. Your brain doesn't have a time sense like it does for vision or hearing. Instead, it stitches together experiences using cues like memory density, attention, and emotion. Neuroscientists have found that dopamine levels, emotional intensity, and even body temperature can alter how we perceive time. Studies show that when we're afraid, our brain processes more information per second, so time seems to slow down. Like in a car accident, when everything feels like it's happening in slow motion. And when we're deeply focused, what psychologists call a flow state, time can vanish entirely. Hours feel like minutes. This shows one thing. Our perception of time isn't linear or objective. It's emotional, elastic, and deeply personal. Your brain plays tricks on time every day. Let's explore a few famous ones. First, the chronostasis effect. Have you ever looked at a clock and the second hand seems to freeze? That's because when you move your eyes, your brain briefly blanks out time, but it fills in the gap by stretching the moment. Next, the oddball effect. When you're shown a series of repetitive images and suddenly something changes, like a red square after 10 blue ones, the odd one seems to last longer. Your brain pays more attention to novelty, stretching the subjective time. And there's the time reversal illusion. In some experiments, people perceive events as happening in reverse order because the brain sometimes edits perception after it happens. Your brain isn't a live feed. It's a post-processed story trying to make sense of chaos. Memory is the canvas on which time is painted. When you recall a summer from your childhood, it feels vast, endless. But ask an adult about last summer, and it might feel like it disappeared in a blink. Why? Because when you're young, everything is new. Novelty creates dense memories, making time feel rich and expansive. As we age, routines set in, days blur together. There are fewer new memory markers, so time seems to accelerate. This has profound psychological effects. It's why older people often feel like decades have flown by, and why people on their deathbed say, "It all went so fast." Want to slow time down? Fill your life with novelty, challenge, and change. Time is tied to attention. The more present you are, the more time expands. Meditation practitioners often report altered time perception. Minutes feel like hours. Meanwhile, those with ADHD or anxiety might experience time as disjointed, slippery, unreliable. Attention acts like a magnifying glass for time. When focused, every second stretches. When distracted, entire hours disappear into the void. Digital culture plays a role too. Scrolling endlessly through social media can induce a time coma. Before you know it, 3 hours have vanished. Attention is the gatekeeper of time. Master it, and you begin to master your reality. Let's step beyond psychology and into the cosmos. Einstein's theory of relativity shattered the idea of time as a constant. He showed that time bends. It stretches near massive objects and slows down at high speeds. To an astronaut orbiting Earth, time ticks slower than it does for someone on the ground. This isn't science fiction, it's measured and real. GPS satellites have to adjust for time dilation, or their readings would be off by miles. So not only is time elastic in your mind, it's elastic in the universe. Time isn't absolute, It's relative, contextual, and curved. Just like your mind, the cosmos warps time. Here's where things get truly mind-bending. Some neuroscientists and philosophers argue that time doesn't exist, not in the way we think. They say it's a construct of consciousness, a framework our brains use to organize experience. Julian Barber, a physicist, believes the universe is timeless. What we perceive as time is just a series of nows, snapshots in a cosmic album. Others, like Carlo Rovelli, suggest that time emerges from relationships between things, that fundamentally time might not be a building block of reality. And what if the self is just a time illusion too? A narrative we tell ourselves, stretched across a timeline that isn't really there? Consciousness may be the projector, and time, the film it plays. So what do we make of all this? Time is not a straight line. It's a felt experience, a mental model, a cosmic variable. It bends with gravity and emotion. It stretches with attention and novelty. It disappears in deep states of flow and explodes in moments of awe. Understanding the hidden psychology of time allows us to live more deeply, to savor the now, to slow down the blur, to recognize that time is not just ticking, it's being perceived. And that means you have more power than you think. If this video shifted your perception, let us know in the comments. How do you experience time? Like, subscribe and share this with a friend who always says, time is flying. Hit the bell so you never miss another dive into the mysteries of the mind and universe. Until next time, remember, you are not just in time. You are time. Stay curious. Stay conscious. This is MindVerse.